So it is the Republicans' turn. The GOP convention kicked off with some fiery speeches by Donald Trump Jr. and his girlfriend, former Fox News anchor Kimberly Guilfoyle. Take a look.
This election is shaping up to be church, work, and school versus rioting, looting, and vandalism.
Ladies and gentlemen, leaders and fighters for freedom and liberty and the American dream, the best is yet to come.
Republicans also featured Tim Scott, Congress's only black GOP senator, as well as former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley, who both embraced the president and his policies. Watch.
Make no mistake, Joe Biden and Kamala Harris want a cultural revolution, a fundamentally different America.
We seek a nation that rises together, not falls apart in anarchy and anger. We know that the only way to overcome America's challenges is to embrace America's strengths.
Okay, so I'm reading your comments as we are live, DBL Nation. We have a lot of them. I'm going to get to them in a moment. Jeff, what did you think of night one of the RNC?
You know, Sam, again, it was night one. Listen, I had it on in the background, to be perfectly honest with you. There was a lot of yelling. I didn't understand all the yelling, but I'm more of a guy that wants to see people reach across the aisle. I want to hear what you're going to do. I don't want to hear why the other side is bad. I already formulate my own opinions. Tell me why yours is good. So I think they need to do a little bit more of that in the days to come. They promised that, so I hope to see that. But a lot of yelling. A lot of yelling. In fact, some of the comments said spoke to that, Jeff. But then we have a lot of people applauding them, and I want to make sure that I bring in all of these DBL Nation comments. So we have Deb on Instagram. Nikki Haley spoke so well at the RNC. We will make America great again in November. Molly on Instagram. I thought the first day of the RNC was spectacular. And then we have some of those comments echoing Jeff's sentiment that there was too much yelling, and Leslie on Facebook saying, please, couldn't stomach watching it, a bunch of lies. What did you think, Al?
I think in terms of what they were trying to do was a home run. Honestly, Sam, and let that sneeze go. You know, honestly, it's like, you know, people kind of lambasted the yelling, but that's passion to the people on that side. They want to see that, and they're doing a good job of setting up what their narrative is going to be. And their narrative is, if Democrats get elected, your life in the suburbs is going to change. That's why they're having the McCloskeys on, the people that wave those guns.
What did you make about that? Because we're getting, again, most of the comments that I'm seeing, and I'm always reading your comments, DBL Nation, most of you seem to be confused that they were on.
I don't see what the confusion is. And Jeff, I want to get your thoughts on this. I think the McCloskeys, like we say about every story, we're all watching the same thing, but we're seeing something different. Half the people look at the McCloskeys and they are like, oh my goodness, these people have AR-15s and they're pointing them at unarmed protesters. I can't believe it's outrageous. And other people are like, I would do that. I would do that. If I'm on my property and I feel like my life is threatened and my dog and my wife are threatened, I'm getting the AR and I'm going to push back the barbarians at the gate. And I think that's what they represent to the RNC. And I think they look like the scared suburbs. They literally look like the terrified suburbs. So I think that was a good photo op for them.
All right. Well, we have Jeff, did you want to put a button on that, or can I move on to the next story?
No, I agree with Al, you know, and I think each base is just galvanizing their far left or their far right, and they might not even be that far. I'm just more, Sam, down a middle guy, and I just want to hear something that's going to bring the country together. You know, that's all I'm looking for. It seems simple in theory, but it's not, and I understand what they have to do. They have to galvanize their base and reassure those votes, so maybe I'm just looking at it with different eyes, but, you know, politics just isn't my bag, baby.
Oh, hey.
I like it.
I like that, too.